CET, the Center for Employment Training, and there's like more than 200 people over here talking about what resources and services that folks out of prison need, and also how we could lower the recidivism rates as well.
The partnership you talked about, we are ahead of the curve as a county, as a community in reentry.
The cost of the state prison system are growing, funds for correctional activities are shrinking, and the recidivism rate for state prisoners is through the roof.
Folks are breaking down into small groups and having group discussions about the services that work and the services that don't work and how that affects the recidivism rates.
Through the courts, it was like there was no place for me to go. They said all the funding was gone. They wanted to put me in like shelters where it's dirty and there's bugs. But fortunately, I was cool enough to meet the kind lady right here at a PAC meeting, and she got me into a faith-based program where they helped me build my character, my self-esteem, my morale, and help me get going in the right direction. And the next thing was it was like money. That's the thing. I couldn't even get a bus token. I mean, that was a big thing. I guess I'm trying to say just finding a place that you could find home where you could build your self-esteem and your morale and get going in the right direction. Just all I need is a chance, you know what I mean?
I myself have been going in and out of institutions since I was 12 years old. And so coming out here knowing that I didn't have any family, I'm like, what am I gonna do? The great idea came that I'm gonna make a family for them to come home to. Excuse me. When the room started filling up, my emotions, I wanted to cry because I'm their eyes right now, and I get to go home tonight and write about 20 letters and let them know that there's people out here that you guys are fighting for us, because all I wrote on my notes was, the first word was alone, because that's a major concern, is feeling alone. Well, I haven't left them. I'm here representing women that are incarcerated. My name is Steeda.
I don't know how you feel, but I know what road you've been on, because I'm on that same road as you are.
And no, you don't give up on your kid, because that's another thing, that, getting the wraparound service for the full family and not just the individual is really important.
I believe that if the institution was, when you get there, you're on a program, everyone's on a program, everyone's on a program.
We need to be in the forefront of engaging the community and providing services for the individuals who have been incarcerated and now who are coming out, either while they're incarcerated, which I think is an excellent idea, and someone said programming in incarceration and continue that programming out so they can be successful members of our community.
As a mother of someone who's been incarcerated, I asked my son, and I've seen it with my own eyes, and I've asked also prior to this meeting tonight, I asked many individuals, what are the challenges you faced upon, coming out? And the first thing they said was employment. Man, it's hard to get a job. I got fines to pay. If you don't pay your fines, you get violated for probation, you go back in, you come back out, more fines, and it's just this cycle. And then it's depressing for me because as a mother, I want to keep him out, so I'm trying to pay the fines so that keep my son out,
Individuals with criminal history are too often denied the opportunity at redemption and turned away from legitimate employment. What we need is our county and our city to take a step forward and say we're going to ban the box. Now, part of the process says that when they go forward for the interview, they would be given an opportunity at that time to ask the question, do you have a criminal record? And they can talk about it at that time. Get to know the person. Just don't judge it by what's on paper.
When we're incarcerated, we have this impression that we have to be tough by still being incarcerated. Physically we're incarcerated, but when we leave that incarceration and we come out here, we're actually still incarcerated mentally.
Who can take them by the hand and say, you don't have a place to stay tonight? Come with me. You need prescription for your meds that's running out in 1 month? Come with me, I'll take you to POC. Right there. Not too many do that.
Peer mentors from those areas that are successful, that it came out, that's done a couple SHU programs. If any of you know what SHU programs, those are lockdown programs, and change their lives. And it will help them a little bit. It'll create an area where they'll feel a little bit more comfortable.
Something cool that I really saw was a parolee that just got out of prison. He was all tattooed up. He couldn't get services for tattoo removal for so long, and he just got in that group with one conversation with the probation. managers.
There should be a way of going to the chief probation officer, whoever it is, lodging a complaint. It doesn't have to be like it's going to be, the person gets in trouble, but maybe you get a different probation officer.
Hey man, what do you think about this, Manny? I don't know how he feels, but this is what helped me. All right, I'll try that.
The court gives you community hours. You have to do volunteer hours somewhere. Where do you go? A lot of these people don't know, what to do.
Now, the power and everything comes from each and every one of us. And I think that the people that are going to make this decision here, it's good that they're here because they get to listen to a lot of us. A lot of us may not think we have something to contribute, but we do. We really do.
So the things that I heard in the small groups was there needs to be more resources for the community-based orgs and the faith-based orgs. Something else that I heard was there needs to be more vocational training and educational training. Oh, and there also has to be peer mentors who've been there and done that so folks could feel comfortable with the folks that they're working with. And also there needs to be a way for the community to have input, probably a community board, advisory board. So with parolees and mentors on the board as well, just so that folks know what's working and what's not working.